This week on the virtual update, we got my ACOB Box of Boys shirt. So in order to celebrate, we're bringing this beat up Box of Boys. This week on the virtual update, we have a lot to get into, such as adding lights, motorizing doors, and building boxes of boys. Let's get into that right now, but first, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button because every subscriber does help, so let's get into this update. To start this week on the Venator update, we're building this beat up box of boys because I got my ACOB shirt and I've been dying to build another Venator gun shirt right here for the Venator gun room. So let's get into building this box of boys with time lapse right now. So I figured I'd play a little ACOB music, you know, get the vibes of the box of boys going while we build this little box of boys on the small surface of the Venator. I mean, there are so many better places I could have built this, but I chose the tiniest spot because, you know, we do it for the boys. That's totally the reason, not because I didn't think before I opened the box. Anyways, let's install this on the Venator right now. There we go. Now we got ourselves two proper gun turrets with some proper box of boys. Wait, these aren't the right boys. Let's change this out real quick. There we go. Now I think we got a proper box of boys inside the Venator, looking nice and crispy, boys. But I do want to add some more detail to this outside section, so that's what we're going to work on next. Alright, so we made a little bit more progress on this section right here. What we're going to do is, of course, we're going to change out these colors, of course, eventually. But this is kind of like the prototype I got going for this room. It's not super great. I might have to redesign it because it may be too big on the bottom or too tall on the top for it to line up with the Venator. I'm a little bit worried about that. But we'll just have to wait and see till I put the panels on. But this is currently the redesign I have made for this room. Okay, they look really snazzy. Look at that. Those just look so cool. If you would focus, please focus, camera. But wow, I'm really happy with how this came out. I can't wait to light these up and actually get the right color of light blue on there. That'd be really nice if we could get that on there within the next few weeks. But we have to order those parts since all we have left is a few of these, and we don't have enough to really make this work. So hopefully we can get those on within a few weeks, and I think this will look really great. The only problem is we might have to change this bottom section. But speaking of lights, I think it's time to get back to where we left off last week and we light up this panel once again. So I just had something happen that was rather unfortunate. A wire snapped. This rarely happens. I've had this happen to me once before on this project, and this is now the second time. But it's just a little unfortunate because now I gotta rerun that wire once again. But overall, I mean, these are pretty good quality lights. I'm not just saying that, but it just really sucks that one of these broke because I was messing around with it too much. Okay, I just replaced the lights so everything should work good now. That took a while. However, you wanna know what I just realized? This is sticking out a ton. And at first I'm like, there's no way I'd let that get through the approval process. Then I realized it's for this piece. So I basically lit up this piece instead of this piece, which is right here and it's supposed to go on there. So the next thing I wanna do is light up this piece. So guys, I got a little sidetracked. So I was working on installing LED lights for these sections right here from like Tony and Bricks Max, which are an amazing company by the way. But as I was installing those, I realized, hey, wait a minute, I never made this door motorized. So things got a little sidetracked. So basically I took off this entire thing and I've been removing bricks from here and working on a gearbox to try and make this thing work. So that's what I've been working on right now, but let's see this gearbox real quick. Let's see. Looks a little fast. We're probably gonna have to add another gear, but this is looking pretty good. Okay, so I've been cooking for hours on end now, and I have been making this room extended so that it fits this gearbox, which will then power this mechanism to open and close the door, and then the battery box will be underneath the Venator, nice and hidden away. But man, this took a while. I'm gonna test it out right now to see if it works, but in case it doesn't, I want to show you guys my progress. But hopefully it will close the door at a relatively slow speed and not fall apart. I figured I'd record this test just in case everything goes massively wrong. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey, that kind of worked. I mean, it was almost there. Almost closed the door. Very nice, very happy. Let's try rolling it back up. Okay. Do the reverse. Okay, it broke a little bit, but it worked. Okay, test 2 of the weapon. Here we go. Alright, it closed a little bit more. We're almost there. We're almost there. It's like a smidge. It's like such a small amount. Let's try rolling it back up. Okay, we're still need to work on that a little bit more. Okay, so I think the flaw is that it bumps the tooth gear, which makes it fall off. However, I did a plan to put a little bumper in front of it, so that should do the trick, and then we should be all good with this design, and then we can fix everything and get back to the update. Okay, a few hours have passed, and I've made some great modifications to this piece over here. We made this a bit thicker and added another technic beam for support, so that this piece doesn't go flying every single time I close the door. So, hopefully this works. Perfect, but if it doesn't, we'll just have to keep working at it. Alright, closing the doors now in 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Wow, I can't believe we did it. Okay, now let's close it up. Just gotta flip the switch like this. And then 3, 2, 1. Look at that. We did it. I'm super happy with the success we've had on this. Now we just gotta light these up and then we'll have the full thing in effect. And it'll look so freaking cool. Alright, now that we've been very successful getting this gearbox to work, now it's time to rebuild the room that was around it before. You see, we had a room like this before. And, well, we kind of destroyed it. So, now we gotta do that. But the thing about this is we can't just put the walls back up. That'd be really nice. The thing is, we're gonna expand it by a stud or two to fit this new motor. And we're gonna go all the way back down here. Basically, probably connect with this wall. So, yeah, that's gonna take a little bit. And then I also might want to add some wall details like this. I'll have to take a look at what's actually in there. But, you know, with all of this wall space that we're gonna have now, we might add some more details, so let's take a look at what we can add. Okay, right now my interior of my Venator looks like a parked storage room. Oh my goodness. But I had to move all that stuff out of the way to see if we can fit a just height interceptor in the hangar bay still, if we add 2 bricks to this side. And the unfortunate thing is, we can't. So what we're going to do is make this 1 brick and hope for the best with this piece right here. I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe I'll try to tuck it in. But yeah, I think it'll work with just 1 brick right there. But it would have been nice if it would have fit with 2 bricks, because currently this is not symmetrical. You see, this is 2 studs here and 4 studs here. So if I put a 2x6 brick right here, it would have been a complete symmetrical hangar. Now it's not going to be though, because we're 1 stud off in the ways of space for the Jedi interceptor. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I thought I'd take the time to go into a quick time lapse and take a look at the process of me building this room, which was actually not the easiest thing to do, because I kept rebuilding it and trying to figure out what would be the best height for the vertical panels that go in. And the vertical panels I'm referring to are those beautiful walls you can see inserted there. And I kept trying to figure out what would be the proper height for that. I was going to use 5 studs originally, but then I realized that there was a problem with that in the ways of height and it wouldn't work out properly. So then I changed it to 6 studs. Okay, so you guys may be curious why we stopped this wall and why we don't have these panels installed that are right here on the Venator. Well, the reason why we stopped is because we ran out of parts, as you guys can see. We have a lot more of these in another bag somewhere, but we are out of parts, and I can't really make these without some 1x3s, 1x4s, etc. Because, I mean, I could kind of make it with these and these, but that'd be a waste of these type of parts, because this 2 of these cost more than 1x2, and I've done that a lot to this project, especially over here. There's a lot of waste, as you guys can see, in the ways of parts. So it would be way more expensive to build something that I don't have the proper parts for. So that's why I'm waiting on building these panel sections that are going to go right here. There's going to be 1 of those right here and 1 of those right here. Now, the only issue with that is, it's not really a huge one, but it's a small one, that this one right here, that's this height, won't match up with this height, because for some reason over here the level doesn't match the top of the wall. And this is what I mean by that. There's a small gap on the bottom and the top of the wall. Now the reason for that is because that a 6 stud structure like this doesn't match perfectly with any wall combination I know of, like whether it's 5 studs, 4 studs and a half, you know, it just doesn't work. But an 8 stud wall going horizontally works with a 7 stud wall going up vertically. So that's why that works and this one doesn't work. Although information for you guys. I mean, this can work technically, but you have to force it, and it's illegal building techniques, which I think I used on this section of the Venator. However, this is the current dilemma I face with this, and it's not a huge thing. I've dealt with it for a while, but I'm just letting you guys know why this one won't be the same height as this one. And I would make this 8 studs, but then again, the height of the Venator wouldn't make it work. So those are the 2 problems with that. However, one other thing I managed to get done was install this panel right here, which had the lights attached to it. So this whole thing's lit up right now. These 2 things are lit up right now, and this panel is not quite lit up, but I might try to light that up by the end of this update. But let's take a look at what I was able to do and how good it looks with the lights installed. Okay, we now have the lights installed on this thing, and it looks great. I really like how the red lights came out. They really shine so bright, and I really like that. And what my current plan for this is to have one battery pack powering this entire side of the ship. So we're going to have lights inside here, lights inside this room, right here, and that's going to power up this whole section. And we're going to have one battery pack powering that. It will probably be underneath the Venator somehow. I don't know where exactly, but that's where I plan on putting it. Same place I plan on putting this thing right here that stores the power functions for this room. But I found a nice place to hide all the lights inside this space right here, so that looks great. And like, I'm just super happy with how this came out, honestly. And I know I said that like 3 times already, but I am just really happy. Now, the one problem with this is I installed an extension cord that goes from this light panel to this light panel over here. But the problem is I have to find a good place to hide it. So I could maybe put it inside here, but there's no adhesive strip on this side, and I don't really like adding adhesive strips to my Lego pieces. So I don't know if that's the best option. I could put it right here and make like a wall, but I tried that and it didn't look too good. But honestly, that's not a problem for today. I'm just admiring these beautiful lights that I was able to install right here and right here with this beautiful door that closes like so. I'm just like, that is so freaking cool. I can just press a button and it automatically closes. Like, oh, that's so cool. Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for week 71 of Building My Custom Venator. Please make sure to smash that like and subscribe button down below. Every sub does help because it helps grow attention about this project, which helps get more views about the project, which helps to fund the project. You see, everything has like a process to helping to make my MOCs come to life, and part of that process is the subscribers, the views that provide the income to make the MOCs. But you know, the income's not really there, period, because, well, you know, I only make like $4 or $3 an update, which is still pretty good, but you know, for a massive project that costs so much money, you know, $3-4 an update's not really, you know, doing a whole ton for that. So your, you know, support on this series does really help out a lot. Also, no, it's not my birthday. That is just something I did, a little office skit for Sean's birthday on the channel known as ACOB. You guys probably heard about them at the beginning of the update. I was wearing a Box of Boys t-shirt. If you haven't heard ACOB and you're sleeping underneath a rock, it is the best Lego podcast in the Lego space. So make sure to go check it out. But anyways, that's gonna wrap up for week 71 of Building My Custom Venator. I hope that you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.